most of my marketing ideas I have right now are very, very TikTok heavy. Just solely because it's such a this platform is super organic, which is why I'm still choosing to stream on it too. But it's such an organic platform that the different ways you could come up with content on here, this platform's hitting a curve too, where at some point, it's going to be a little too late. I think that curve's coming around next year, top of next year, like first quarter. But yeah, if you get super heavy into it right now, it is me, my friend. It is me. Right now, we are about to listen to. Let's see. We're gonna listen to "Come Through" by Plateau. Am I saying it right when I say Plateau? Or do I need to say Plato? But if you're in here, we are listening and we are talking about music. If you have any music you want to submit, I'll probably do like 5 today because I want to give each artist. Nah, probably not then. I want to give like every artist like their own opportunity. Oh, Plato Duque. That sounds way more fire than me saying Plato. Shit, if I worked for Google, I would have never quit. Well, it depends. How much were they pay me? But if you're in here right now on Twitch, we are about to listen to Plato's record "Come Through." So if you are in the live on TikTok, hit the link in my bio, jump over to Twitch so you can hear what's going on. All right, let's see. Can you hear it on the Twitch stream?
Damn, Glitch, this you?
Try to reach out, but you never reach back. Swear to God, I try to feel you, and these feelings ain't bad. It's just I know how I get when I don't know what to expect. Got a mouth full of tongue and a bed full of lips.
So all around, bend me down and put your body to body.
That was hard. I don't know who is this Koi who's singing this right now. But that part right there where she did that little like deep voice going down.
Ain't bad. It's just I know how I get when I don't know what to expect. Got a mouth full of tongue and a bed full of lips.
So all around,
That
bend
right
me
there.
down and
Going
put your
into that
body
next
to
part, I would have probably just dropped out the beat completely. She has such a super, 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 super nice vocal that I would have just dropped out the beat and let her vocal run the whole time. All right, I got you. I'll drop that one in next after we run through this one. Okay, Koi's the one that's singing, and then Jaden's the other singer. All right, so that means Jaden's the one that came in after her. I would have just cut the beat out on that low end from her and let him come in. That's what I would have personally done to the record.
and grab a cup into the ground, spilling liquor on my shirt. Take it off, I put it down, drive me
We're
crazy
live on
with your
Twitch.
skirt.
Link
Leave
in
'em
my
all,
bio to
make
jump
it
in,
proud. Don't slow
reviewing
down
music,
and make it skirt.
giving just like my feedback on what I would do as a
I'm a real
producer,
boy, make it pop like a
talking
ghetto. I'm a
marketing,
real boy, never
content,
stop, never settle. Got a
anything
big
and
heart and my
everything
mind's
music.
even better. I don't even care what they say about you. I don't have a clue and I don't need to. Never give a fuck if I did fuck you. If I did fuck you, then I never give a fuck.
I don't know if for him he has autotune on his. So there's like some clients, I'll run autotune like super gently on their vocals, and then some clients I'll run it a little bit more digital. I feel like his, because the song is like that the female Koi has such a strong like singing. She just has a pretty voice. So if you want to tell her I said that, go on. But she has such a strong voice. I would have just threw a little bit of more digital auto tune on him while he was rapping, so that it just kind of felt a little bit more with the record and part of the record. That's just my personal preference on how I would approach it. It doesn't really need it because he could clearly rap, but it's just like those little, I call it ear candy. It's just like those little things that kind of like pop up to kind of just fill in the song more so. Like, like vocals are also just instruments, so think of them, like any little thing you could do would be like on a drum kit, right? Instead of just doing the same basic one, maybe throw in like a, just like a quick like triplet on the hi-hat while you're playing, or maybe do like a ghost note on the kick, or maybe you want to do like more of a rim hit. It's just kind of stuff like that where, you just want to throw in a little bit things on the vocals, kind of let them play around a little bit.
And my mind's even better. I don't even care what they say about you. I don't have a clue and I don't
Rookie,
need to.
we are
Never give a
live
fuck
on
if I
Twitch
did
right now.
fuck
If you
you.
want
If
to
I did
jump in
fuck
and
you,
drop
then
a
I never
record,
give a fuck.
we're reviewing live on Twitch, link in bio.
We should just come together and then I'll cop us some food. The way we kick it, chop it up, I like to call
This
it
is Jaden right here, or is this you? This hard. This is what I'm talking about a little bit, like digital on it.
You never reach back. I swear to God, I try to.
Yeah, was that you or was that still him? Because just that little bit of like digital push on it, see how it felt when she came in.
Try to reach out, but you never got us some food. The way we kick it, chop it up, I like to call it.
Yeah, it's right here, and then she comes in right under.
Maybe you should come through,
And then boom.
Try to reach out,
You know what I
but
mean?
you
And there
never
goes that beat
reach back.
stops.
I swear to God, I try to
And then it
feel
goes
you,
back.
and these feelings
It's
ain't
those
bad.
little ear
Just I
candy
know
things.
how I.
And it's cool because like that guy Jaden's voice isn't like you, just kind of like different things. So, or was that you the whole time? Whatever that second part was, even if that was you the whole time, that second part, because it just felt, you just did like a different octave and all that, you could get away with so much. Like I like when people use like the Revy review I released today. I'm super big on like artists doing different things with their voice and approaching things different ways, because it quickly makes the record feel like there's more to it than just one vocal the whole time. So that part right there is super hard. I like that.
Get when I don't know what to expect. I got a mouth full of tongue and a bed full of legs.
So all around, bend me down and put your body to work. And grab a cup and touch the ground, spilling liquor on my shirt. Take it off, I put it down, drive me crazy with your skirt. Leave a mark, make it proud, don't slow down, you'll make it skirt.
I swear to God that you're fine. I speed on purpose for you. I swear to God that you're mine. I got a purpose for you. We be like Bonnie and Clyde. Don't have to pay for the view. If I get caught with a line, you're on the paper for two.
Joyce, hello. We are live on Twitch right now. Link in my bio. We are reviewing music,
Try to reach out, but
talking
you
marketing
never
and
reach
content.
back. I swear to God, I try to feel you, and these feelings ain't bad. It's just I know how I get when I don't know what.
I ain't even gonna hold you though. All in all, this record's fire. I like it. It's like little things though that it's just more preference because it's how I would engineer a record and produce some stuff. Doesn't necessarily mean that there's anything like wrong with it. It's still a solid record. It sounds clean. I'm listening to everything through the headphones, so all the low end and stuff like that sounds pretty solid to me. And there's space. I think the biggest thing that I feel people are kind of missing are like kind of two things in their mixes when they work on records, are either they don't know how to fill space, they're a little afraid that they might overdo it, or they fill too much of the space up. And I think like doing like a healthy balance of doing like little ear candy things throughout it, kind of have that healthy balance of keeping people not just in the record but also feeling it, because when a vocal is gone, and maybe the drums or something's not moving the way you would want it to move on the record, you got some of that ear candy. And so that's what I was talking about Ashley Sid when I released the review yesterday. There was just kind of like some things that I feel like could have been added to keep that bounce continuous in the record. You know,
To expect,
it just
got
has
a
to be
mouth
solid
full of
balance.
tongue and a bed full of legs.
So all around, bend me down and put your body to work. Grab
Mixer,
a
if you
cup
put out
and to the
music,
ground,
we are live
spilling
on Twitch
liquor
right
on my
now.
shirt. Take it off, I put it
Link in
down,
bio,
drive me
jump
crazy
in,
with
send
your
some
skirt.
music.
Leave a
We're doing
mark,
records
make
right
it
now.
proud, don't slow down, you make it skirt.
That one's solid. I like the vocals between both of them. I don't know if bro, jump in the Twitch, let's talk. Jump in the Twitch, let's talk. I'll give you a follow right now too. We stay in contact. The as far as like the something that I've seen people do, I haven't seen it happen so much on TikTok. But just kind of have the cover art as like a message going back and forth with each other. I feel like something I've seen it on like Instagram. I'm not like a big proponent of Instagram. Instagram is more like e-commerce focused now and stuff. So if you're not selling anything on the platform, Instagram's not the platform for you. And I don't mean if you're selling music, right? Because we're still in the business of selling music. But if you're not on that platform, if you've been on it recently and you notice as you're scrolling through it, at some point you touch a photo, right? And as you touch that photo, something pops up and it tells you where you could buy it and how much it would be. So Instagram's not so much a platform anymore for creators, more it's for e-commerce. Pretty much all Facebook has turned into like Facebook Market and stuff is a big push. But on TikTok, I haven't seen much, there's when you make content for TikTok, storytelling is a really nice way to get people engaged with what you're doing. And I've said it on the last 2 reviews, doing lyric videos, I think are super good for the platform. But I don't think I don't think going out and paying someone a few hundred or a couple thousand to shoot a really nice video and throw lyrics on there is the way to do it. I think it's more of something simple as if you just get like quality footage, just if you have a buddy with a camera, or just put your iPhone in 4K and just like go to the grocery store, right? And use one of these free apps or something to edit the footage to just give it a crispy, beautiful, emotional, like color tone right to it, and put your lyrics over it and put it on the platform. I feel like those videos work all the time. And when it comes to, I talk about branding and the communication of your branding and the consistency of your marketing all the time. And so, if your cover art, the first thing I see is a conversation, then I think all the content for this song should be based around keeping that same emotion as like a conversation and stuff like that. Because when you do that, it's easy for people to kind of just see the whole package, right? The Weeknd ran around with wraps around his face for like a whole year because he kept the consistency of the tone, the imagery, and the feeling of the album consistent. Everywhere you've seen him pop up, that's what it was going to be. And I think when it comes to, your music, you should kind of keep it the same way. It's a little different because we're smaller artists, right, on a smaller level. But I think it operates the same way because whether it's a big ad or a small ad, a marketing agency still gives a story arc. So, that's one thing. Another thing to look at is kind of like how Russ puts out his music. It's all outside of albums and EPs, all the singles are the same. It's just a square that's a color with one of the like bathroom looking guys on it. And when you do things like that, people are aware of what they are about to listen to. So it's something something to be said like that, right? This song is about sneaky links. When you say sneaky links, what are we talking about here? Let's see. What are you doing? Missing you. Oh, word. I'll bet. I got you. If you're here on TikTok, we are live on Twitch right now, reviewing music, talking marketing and content ideas, and just kind of like any questions about music in general. All in all, I personally, outside of like things that I stylistically do with records, but it's just more of my style, there's nothing I'll change to this record. It's solid, nothing real. I think Koi is a phenomenal vocalist. I think she sounds extremely well. And I like that part right before the hook came in the second time where you did a little bit more like singing with the auto-tune. That whole drop as her voice ran, it was fire. TikTok. We are live on Twitch right now, reviewing music, talking content, marketing ideas, just different strategies and everything music. Link in bio if you want to jump in. All right. But at the same time, you've already sent me a couple records. You know how I feel about some of the music you do. A lot of that's solid. So that's the meaning. I think this is gonna sound terrible because you're capitalizing on your trauma. But we watch it all the time on Netflix. We love a good doc. Bruh, just take that and talk about it. Set up, like, go sit under, this is going to sound so corny and lame. Go sit underneath a tree on a nice day and just 30 seconds talk about. I promise everybody can relate to that. And then you just wait for questions and wait for people to respond to it. But you know what I mean? You got to do it in like the super, the sneaky like approach, right? No pun intended. But you got to do it in that like really cool way where like you catch people off guard. But everybody loves a good story, and everybody loves a good drama story about a relationship. So you do that. And then the moment people are like dropping in questions or responses, you just hit them. Boom. If you want to hear more, I wrote a whole song about it, link in bio. I'm not a huge fan for saying link in bio, but in those situations, that is a link in bio. And in those worlds, I think that works really well. Like in pure transparency, a female fan base will take you a long way in the entertainment industry, and that would be who would be drawn into that. But at the same time, I'm also, if you followed me for a little while, you know that I'm a big supporter of good content and music, like just a good product in general. And so when the music's good, and you've sent me good songs already, we've talked about some of them. When the music's good, you know what I mean? That's half the battle. People have good product to go to. All right, let's see. All things music marketing. Where the Food At by one of my clients. I'm going to butcher this like crazy, but Khi'leb from Australia. I probably butchered that. I'm so sorry.
Never knew I would make it this far in my life. I've been told we won't sit.
All right, so right off the bat, I'm going to tell you this is super hard. Your K-Wain, yo, we are live on Twitch. Link in bio. Go into my bio, jump on Twitch. In the comments, drop one of your records. I would love to talk about one of them. We're talking about just music, how I would approach working with music, with the record, my thoughts on them, and then talking music, marketing, content ideas, and stuff. Okay, Caleb. Yeah, I knew I butchered that. This song is called Where's the Food At by Caleb, right? Caleb. I think that's what you're telling me, Caleb. Yes, sir. Jump in there. If you just jumped on right now on TikTok, we are live on Twitch, link in bio. If you have any music you want to shoot my way to review, go ahead and jump in the Twitch. Drop the link to Spotify. Khi'leb. Oh, Khi'leb. I think that's how it's said. Whichever way, I mean it in no disrespect. I'm not trying to ruin the person's name. But this is their song. Where the Food At? I do want to say what I originally stopped for was there's a Haas effect. I love the Haas effect. People hate me sometimes because I use it. Sometimes too much. But I just think it brings so much depth to the vocals and to a record. If you are listening to this record on headphones or on some quality speakers, you will hear exactly what I'm talking about. The vocals are right here, and whenever the effect goes away, they're going to come in right here. Bruh, the first 5, I don't say bruh in the sense of if you're a female, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I grew up in Southern California. I just say bruh. All right, full disclaimer. In the first 5 seconds, you captured me so hard. He captured me so hard. So let's just start off with there.
Never knew I would make it this far.
TikTok, we are live on Twitch right now. Link in bio. If you want to shoot me a record or review, go ahead and jump in on Twitch. Drop a Spotify link on Twitch. Okay, it did exactly what I said. I'm sorry for talking through that. I'm going to replay it one more time. It's going to start right here, and then it's going to go in right here. Whether they use a Haas effect or not, if they use a pan to go hard to left and right, it's still a Haas effect. They're just slightly delaying it to bring it in tighter.
Never knew I would make it this far. My life I've been told we won't sit, we won't stop. Looking outside, all I see is my limit. I'm thankful my
Trey, we are live on TikTok. Jump in there, drop me a Spotify link.
We pull up deeper than plenty, man.
That was
Pennies
it.
on pennies, my dollars been heaven sent. Don't ever argue the fact that I'm good on my own. Lower your tone. Speak for yourself or don't speak through the phone. If you live by your wealth, better watch the throne. 08, I wanna sleep with no duvet. First day of school, like who that? Had to ask my moms where the food at. 18 sleeping better with my do-rag. 2021, I got a blue check. But I still ask moms where the food at. Nowadays I'm doing better for the cause, cut the grass so I can show you who you are. I done put too much time into my vision and my art for me not to be excited for me to drop. Living testament of
hard, this record's hard.
With the sharks who living with a cannibal attack. I'm finna call somebody up and tell them who's back.
You got tagging, time to jump in.
Cause I don't want some things in my way. I can't focus, I'm in a way. I don't want no diamonds or chains. I seen it before, won't see it again. Cause I don't broke everything in my way. I just hope that it's gonna stay away. Cause if it don't, I won't fall. But I can promise I won't change for the God, won't change for the 08, I wanna sleep with no duvet. First day of school, like who that? Had to ask my moms where the food at.
So, I really like the beat. This is the part where I feel like people are going to start, like people hate me when I say some things. I really like the beat, but, and please don't kill me for the but, I feel like he's really talking and he's really saying stuff and he's eating. Just the way he's rapping, he's definitely running this beat. But the beat is a little too interesting. And so he's interesting and the beat's interesting when I really just want him to be a little bit interesting, if that makes sense. The record it's a solid record. I think the beat definitely at a lot of the times is complimenting him, but I think and I'm talking from now just like from me as a producer standpoint. I'm not talking from an engineer standpoint. I'm talking from me as a producer standpoint. And if you've heard me talk before about how when people ask me about like beats and stuff like that, if I could send them stuff, I don't consider myself a beat maker. I make beats, but I'm a producer. So I make a pattern, I make my own loop, and then I give it a basic record structure. I'll do depending on the kind of like beat that I'm making, it's gonna be, you know, like an intro, pre-chorus, hook, verse, pre-chorus, you know, whatever, right? Depending on however the structure is. But I never finish a beat, which is why I don't send out beats all the time to people. And K-Wain, if you are in the Twitch, K-Wain, he understands completely what I am saying. I will take just loops, make a basic structure, and then as the artist does what they do and we are creating, that's when I start going to town on the record, and I start, you know, just do my drum rolls, little things, right, to mimic what the artist is doing. And I make sure the beat's fire, but I make sure that the artist is the only thing entertaining me for the most part. When it comes to like hooks and stuff, I feel like that's when you could get away with a lot of stuff. In here, it sounds like the hook pulled back the beat and the hook was the focus, but then the verses, it kind of just felt like they came back. So speaking just strictly from my side, from a producer's side, I would probably do like a little bit less to the beat because I want him to be the shining star. I don't want both.
18 sleeping better with my do-rag. 2021 I got a blue check, but I still ask moms where the food at. Oh, 8 I wanna sleep with no duvet. First day of school like who that? Had to ask my moms where the food at.
And I'm not downplaying the record, cause like I love like how he's doing all that, whether it's like him or if he's with the engineer. But like this whole thing, like as he's like spreading his vocals as kind of like the call and response to what he's doing, I love that kind of stuff. To me, that kind of stuff makes the record. You know, if you make music, you know exactly what I'm saying. You know, you could play one thing for somebody and they're like, oh, that's cute. Like play it for your mom, right? I'm Mexican, so I'm bringing some of me in this. You know, I play it for my mom. Oh, mijo, that's good. And then I play her one where I've spent time on it. There's more to it. I'm showing like something I built in the studio with someone, and it's like, mijo, that's you. Two totally different responses. One is like, oh, good job, son, and then the other one is, damn, that's not my son, but I know it's my son. You know, it's a different kind of pride. It's those little moments where like he does like those call and responses with the Haas effect and just kind of spreads them and does that kind of stuff, where I feel like those are the things that make the record feel like you were somewhere professional working on the record, and you're not at home. Even if you were making it at home, you know, it's not like, I'm not saying that like a downplay, but like it just makes it feel like you know what you're doing. Those things are so hard to
decisions
do.
I made, never did like being stuck in the rain. Flashback, I was flipping burgers for the wage. See some people who speak from the distance, they go hate on, call out what you missing. They hope you degrade yourself and never glisten. I broke every single chain across my system, I roll. Every story I told,
That was hard.
every person
That
I
was
closed.
super hard. That was hard. Yeah, so don't kill me on it, but it was like that last from like right here on. That was the last part. You could probably clearly see that made me super excited because I'm paying attention to his vocals. So that's what I'm talking about. But you know, that's also probably like my preference. I like making like the vocalist the star, period. Yeah, see, like K-Wain said, once I have the vocals in, it's over. I'm going to make you sound like a superstar. Like, my goal when I work on records is, you know, I'm super competitive. So I'm just trying to make you the greatest record you have in your catalog. July 8th. Side note, if you want to DM me, and if you want to work something out with him, but if you want to DM me, you know, I'd be down to show like a little snippet on the release date too on my page to get more traction over to him too. You know, whatever I could bring to help the promo. But DM me, we could talk about something like that if you want to do something like that to help him out. As far as content goes for it, I for sure think a music video is needed for this. 100. I don't think every record needs a music video. I'm also really big on whatever record is working for you, that's the one you invest money in and put money on. I don't think that's always an amazing game plan, because sometimes, um, sometimes it's the record that's not moving is actually the one type thing. We're live on, I'm sorry, TikTok. We are live on Twitch. Link in my bio. I'm reviewing music, talking, just like feedback on the record. Excuse me. Talking content, marketing ideas, so on and so forth. So I'd for sure do a music video for this. I feel like he, just the passion. I want to see a visual for the passion, and just kind of, things like that. I want to see visually for this record. I don't know if he had one, but if he had a visualizer on Spot, I don't think we could watch them on Spotify. I think that's just on the phone. But if he had one on the phone, amazing. I want to see all that. I want to see all the visuals that he has for this. When it comes to TikTok, man, if he could do like some super like passion, what, I don't even know what it would look like, but just some sort of like black and white, here we are again, keeping the consistency in the marketing, or on the content, and then the just storyline of the marketing. But if he could do some content that's just kind of like black and white, conveying some solid ass emotion in that, and just take like a handful of those like lines, just do like a 30-second to 1 minute. I just do a 30-second. I'll give people like little like tastes of everything, but take those big moments of the records, put them on there. This is gonna sound super cliche and whack, but at the same time, it's not whack. It's only whack because how you would think about it. But if you take like some black and white video of like you helping someone, and I know it sounds super whack because you don't want to like sell the fact that you're helping someone just to like get a reaction, but I feel like this record conveys such an emotion, and like a feeling to it, that's the kind of content I want to see. I want to see somebody in like a raw form. No color is gonna make me feel a way. It's just black and white, seeing somebody do something solid. And once you caught me, then I hear what's happening, and now I'm just drawn in. You're doing the whole fish and bait type of thing. And I think slamming content like that, and then also slamming content of the dude talking about this record, why he wrote it, what it's about to him. I feel like those things work so well when the record is like personal and has an actual meaning to it, rather than unfortunately, like top 100 songs and people are like, oh, I just bought a new fucking chain, so I wrote a song. I think that shit's whack. But then you throw something in like Kendrick Lamar, and he hasn't like talked about the album, but you have someone that gives you something so massive and have them talk about it and what it meant. I say it all the time. I watch interviews of artists and become fans of them before I even really care about the music, because if I could tell someone's genuine, has a good message, because I'm already thinking the music's good. If I'm watching an interview of you, I think you're worth the time, and I think the music's good already, right? So if I can like hear the person and like just know they're genuine, and by the time I go to the music, I'm like, oh yeah, I expected the music to be fire. Boom, it's game over. TikTok, we are live on Twitch, link in bio. If you want to go over there and drop me a song, we're reviewing music, just talking my review, things like I would do in the studio, to if I was working on the record, and talking marketing and content ideas. As far as marketing the record goes, I'm not, when it comes to YouTube's super flooded, but obviously it's such a good choice. I also think this record would be super solid if it was to get sync licensed. So if you are wanting to look into sync license, I'm going to give you a fire gem. Go to Sync Community. I believe it's just Sync Community. Let me pull it up on my computer. They now have it open where you can be a part of it. Go to SyncCon membership. I think it's like $20 a month, but they are always throwing out opportunities for sync. And I feel like this record would be super solid to get it placed in. I feel like this would is like a super solid record to get placed in like a movie, or even like just like a super heavy drawn story arc type of TV show. And SyncCon membership is a solid place to get set up with some really amazing sync membership or sync opportunities. And the amount of money for the records are vary anywhere between like 5K to like 25,000. So I'm not promising you get a placement, because I can't do that, but I could definitely tell you this is a good record to pitch it for sure, hands down. All right, K-Wain, you are up next. Oh God, I don't want to talk about this record. I love this record. I was even thinking to take inspiration from Smino and do a Cornerstone brunch vlog in the suburb to start content around the food concept too. That would be so fire to do. And to add on to that idea, just like simple, I mean, I don't know too much of what it is, but just how you said it sounds super fire. If you just like shot it in like a stylistic, like just a few of them in a stylistic like black and white, and it's more just like, and there's like some where it's just like scenes moving, right, and it's a voiceover of them talking, like just like a cinematic style, but it's not cinematic, it's just like a yay doc, or like a Last Dance doc, like, and that stuff's not hard to shoot at all. You throw your phone in 4K on a nice clean day outside with a blue sky and just capture that. So easy. All right, I don't want to do this song, K-Wain. Nah, we ain't doing this. I love this song. This is the song that me and K-Wain did together. I'll play you a snippet to hear how beautiful it is. But I'm going to pull up the other one you did. It's called SyncCon membership. Look up SyncCon membership. I'll pull it up right now. And you guys will see it.
Don't let it pass you by. I know you need your time. What if I hand you mine?
I appreciate that, Austin, Sunlit.
Don't let it pass you by. I know you need your time.
We're live on TikTok right now. Link in bio if you want to jump in, join the conversation, send
Niggas
some
fall flat on
records.
their dreams. I know that it hurts. They see me go sicko while they at the crib or they going berserk. Damn, I'm at the hideaway. I gotta grind today. I know it's money to make. I gotta find a way. Wake up, work. Niggas fall flat on their dreams.
K-Wain, whenever somebody asks me who are my favorite artists in Portland, K-Wain, it's not just because he's my dog, but I always mention this guy. This guy raps, sings. This dude does whatever. He's so fire. But we're not doing that one because I made it, and I know a bajillion different things I would have loved to have done to that record. I want to do a record I did not help you with.
You say it's a war. Who are the sides? Who's fighting who over what? It's a war.
Was that Sylismusic, Young Explosion? I think I said that right. We are live on Twitch. Link in bio to join. Submit a record on Twitch. We are reviewing music, talking music, giving reviews, critiques, talking music, marketing, and content. What's up, man? Live on Twitch. Jump in the conversation. You'll be able to hear what we're listening to right now, too.
You climb a ladder, and that becomes your goal. To win respect. To win respect.
You need to fall back, you ain't really all that. My brother, you plain. You suckers need to fall back, don't know what you call that. Hey, to stay in your lane. If you ain't getting money, it ain't shit funny. My riders only lap to the bank. You suckers need to fall.
Alright, so I'm going to stop it. So, off the bat, was this song released as a single? It was released as a single. So this is back in 2020 or 2020. We've already had many conversations on stuff like this. The intro to it, a little long. So because it's a single right now, and this is where like we'll take a ton of different. Bruh, send me something grimy. I want something grimy. Send me something fire, bassy, and grimy. Because we're in the era, right, of one song could change your life. You know, this is where kind of it's just kind of like how you want to approach it. Do you want to do something? It's such a hard subject, right? Because do you want to do something to try and like capture a fan base artistically, or do you want to be honest with yourself? Sadly, I feel like in today's world, you have to kind of get, if you are wanting to make this your living, you have to kind of give up a little bit of that honest part and do a little bit of what just can work. And because it's a long intro, it's taken me a long time. So just straight off the bat, when it comes to playlisting and the playlist that kind of will help you, it's not going to work because it's a little bit too long for me to get into the rotation of right. It doesn't mean it's a bad record. It just means that it's going to be a little bit harder to play. So speaking just strictly from a marketing and an ROI standpoint, just return on your investment, if we're going to build something, create something where we could get maximum exposure, and as a salesperson, I could try and get the record out in multiple places, it's going to be hard for me to sell it, especially if we're talking like sync licensing, right? All the different places we could try and find you money, it'll be hard for me to sell it because it's going to take a little bit too long for me to get into the record for you. So I know that's such like a thin line on between whether you want to do it, you know, you want to be true to you as like an artist, or you kind of want to play the game a little bit. Unfortunately, sometimes you got to play the game a little bit. And I think that's more on the single part. On the album, I think you have more freedom. But I always look at it like albums are for fans, singles are for new fans.
Fall back, ain't no time for all that. Relax, kick back, and smoke weed every
Long as I
day.
got my music and my woofer, then I'm good to go. Rolling through my city, blowing sticky in the hood, you know. Sucking niggas, diss me,
You're
bitches,
so
miss me, I ain't
fire.
sorry
I
though.
can't.
Elevated vision of these trenches, but Geronimo,
Yo,
see, I ain't gotta get
Twitch
it,
in
they
my
gotta
bio,
get
jump
it,
in
so
my
I gotta
Twitch,
get it. How
shoot
you
me a
ain't
record,
get that? Well, if you
a
ain't gotta
Spotify
get it,
link
I
on the
gotta get my
Twitch.
pocket
We're
piece
reviewing live
inside
on
a
Twitch.
toxic
You
mix,
hear
niggas
everything.
popping pistols and bitches popping pussy apocalypse, never have I shed so many tears, used to never would cry. Thought I was tough, but it was fear that would dry up my eyes. Cause when you down, that's when bitch niggas probably gon' try. Don't fuck around, I got problems I can't solve without catching the body. Don't be a sacrifice, dying behind your cause and letting me set your afterlife.
Yes,
Plus,
sir, send
I
it
don't
over.
want your
Jump
soul,
in,
I
send it
got
over.
my own. I mean, at least if that shit ain't sold, nigga, you know.
You need to fall back, you ain't really all that. My brother, you play, you suckers need to fall back, don't know what you call that.
Shorter intros for singles. That's just my opinion, and I'm speaking more solely on playing the game.
You suckers need to fall back, ain't no time for all that. Relax, kick back, and smoke weed every day. I feel like I lost myself.
And then just kind of overall in general, but we've had conversation on this too though, just the mixing. But all that could be changed. It's one thing to not have something there, and it's like, dang, I got like mixing's not gonna really fix this. And it's another thing to have something there and just know you need a little bit of mixing. I don't think the lack of mixing really makes or breaks the record. I will say though, like the cover art isn't as appealing for me to come into it. I know this is all the ones we talked about, but you submitted it, so we're gonna talk about it. The cover art's not as appealing. If the cover art was a little bit more appealing and just stronger, I feel like me personally, I will kind of let go of the mixing not being fully there because I could hear everything else and I could hear somewhat quality in it. So that alone, you know, like it's just kind of like one thing or the other could balance out the other thing. Like the best example, like my art teacher in high school, she would always tell me that there's a skill to setting up an art show. When you're setting up your art show, you don't want to start off with your strongest painting. You want to start off with maybe like one that's probably really good, one that's not as good, and then a strong one, because you want people on a roller coaster, so they're going to be like, wow, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. Oh my God. You know what I mean? You want to do this whole back and forth with people. And so when you're doing that to them, I think you could do this. I think you could do the same thing with art, period. I think you could do it as a salesman. I think you could do it anything you do in life. You just need to balance out different things. And if you know that one thing isn't a strong suit, you know, in this situation, 125, right, for me to mix it, another 35 for it to get mastered. So, 160 for one record, or you could pay somebody. But if you know you could get the record right here without paying, you know, like me for that, but you could spend $40 to get somebody to make a cover art that's crazy, then you've already won half the battle. You know what I'm saying? No worries, man. Honestly, that could be something on my end too. My bad.
Nothing like reality to stunt your shit. Just another casualty to never end the battle of your back against the gravel when they run your shit. And while the whole black culture builds traction to move smarter, all us fucking rappers are scrapping about who's harder. Naturally build attraction, not knowing we a distraction. While the Black Lives Matter coordinator looking at your life. Fall back, you ain't really all
Tinder 1T. My Gmail is right now. I'm not pulling from my Gmail, but if you want to shoot me a DM on Instagram, I have my whole list that I'm putting submissions on too. On my lives, I'm running through some. I'm also putting out videos dedicated to some. So just DM me on Instagram, and I'll shoot you my email. You send over, I'll put it on the list, and it'll be one of the ones I get to. Oh, for sure, man. Every Monday, this coming Monday, I might not be because I'll be in New York. Excited for that. For the following Monday. Okay, bet, that's you. Bruh, hit me on Instagram, or pretty sure we're following each other. Nope, I'll follow you right now. DM me, I'll send you my email. We won't be going live doing a review on next Monday, but the following Monday we will. If you emailed me some tracks, I have them on the list that I'm doing reviews for. But right now, if you want to shoot me, this one's a little bit of like a test run of how I want to do everything. So if you want, you can send me, you could jump in Twitch, link in bio, shoot me the Spotify link, and I'll jump in. So for me, I feel the record is definitely super nostalgic for me, but it's also because I grew up in I'm 29, so it's more, maybe not even like my era, but somewhat my era. So the IDIV is like nostalgic for me. Absolutely. I appreciate you joining, dropping the record. I'll get back to you on Instagram too. Maybe not tonight, maybe tonight. But I'll get back to you tomorrow, the latest. The record feels nostalgic for me. This is a record from 2020. If you did want to market it, I've given you ideas before. I feel like it's just for you, just something. You're an excellent cook. You sing amazing. So I feel like it's just something as simple as just creating content around things that you naturally like and letting people. I think like the key to everything is just letting people ask. I think sometimes we kind of overthink marketing and all these strategies, but I think a lot of the time it's just as simple as letting people ask, doing whatever you like, doing what you like and doing it really well. And, but maybe when you, like, let's say you're cooking, right? Maybe instead of just posting a video of you cooking, you spend $30 on some cool little LED lights you could put up, you could get from Amazon. And now you just happen to put them in certain areas to get what you're doing lit up. and you just happen to wear a little bit of a nicer shirt. You just happen to do your hair. You know what I mean? Like, you happen to put on a hat. You happen to put on your necklace. All these different things you happen to do because you're going to shoot, but you're doing the thing that you love and you know you can execute it right. And all you're doing is just putting out content. And if you're cooking, do it. And while you're cooking, sing. And then next thing you know, you have like 30 videos of you doing that, and you're choosing songs that everyone can relate to, songs that you naturally love, blah, blah, all this. And so you're connecting with people on food. That's universal globally. You're connecting to people on music that they can relate to. That's universal. That's global. And then at the end, from right there, all you're waiting for is somebody to just compliment you. Oh, man, you have an amazing voice. Boom. Then you do a response video. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I have my own music out. Link in bio if you want to listen to it. And you can even do the green screen on TikTok. And boom. Here's my Spotify here. You know, it's simple things like that. More than not, that person's probably going to check out the song, because if they took the time to compliment you and then you took the time to say thank you, you know, you probably have a fan at that point. All right, we are going to do one more. We're pushing an hour. So we're going to do one more. Let's see. A song from a project. All right, we are doing Sylismusic, Wild Child. This cover art's fire. I like this. But like, you don't even need to do something crazy like this. If we look back at, what was the name of the song? Plato, what was it like? Here, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I'm gonna pause that. The Come Through record, right? Nothing crazy, but this is like a super clean, solid little piece of cover art. Doesn't need to be nothing crazy at all. Just solid and Kanye put out a cover art that was black, just a black square, solid. Something super solid. This one's fire though. I like this one. I'll play it from the beginning. Man, like, so I appreciate you hanging in here too. I'm trying to stay present on the TikTok too. Also talk with you guys. I know you guys can hear me, so at least like the content pieces are good for you guys.
Tell her before we go, all the seat around me, that's the ring of fire. I just light a
God damn.
I wish they would let me be around. Whoa, we want peace. Ain't nothing. Tell her before we
Nah, he
go,
did.
all the seat
That was
around me,
crazy
that's
as
the
hell.
ring of fire.
But that cover art that the Game and Kanye had used for the record, shock value. And there's more to that, because that is a Game record, not a Kanye record. And so when he put out that record with the monkey with no face on it, the Game is 100% independent. This is why he is doing interviews on Drink Champs saying, Ye did more for me in 2 weeks than Dr. Dre did for me my whole career. Shock value. Everybody's listening. This is why he, what's his name? The dude from Complex, he did the interview while he's at his house, and he's like, how much does Google say I'm worth? Man, I spent that at the, what do you say, like the Louis store, whatever he said, right? And he also is, you know, what do you say, like, Eminem's not the greatest. I could beat him, blah, blah. Bro, shock, the dude's independent. That is his marketing. I'm going to disrupt as much as I can on the blogs, get people talking about game. By the way, I have an album coming out. Shock value. It was clean though. That low-key kind of fire. Man, I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm trying, man. My whole focus the rest of this year is just put out stuff. I got a lot of cool stuff coming out. A lot of fun stuff for the TikTok.
I see killers. I see they gon' want you down to watch out. Yo, wow. On the run, I see killers.
Silas, I think I'm saying it right. This is hard.
Wild child, wild child. I see killers, they gon' want you down for no watch out. Wild child, wild child. I see killers.
I like how you use the auto-tune too.
Killer.
I like how when you say child, and whether you're doing it intentionally or not, it sounds like you know what you're doing with the auto-tune, so it sounds intentional. When you're saying child, you're holding it in a way where you can let the auto-tune rattle for you. It's fire.
I had to poke on my chest, I had to throw on a fist. Get a little baby a tick, show the little baby respect. They want, whoa, how do I feel like a vid?
The only thing I would suggest, and if you were in the studio with me, this is what I would suggest of what I would want to hear more, is some ad-libs. I feel like the delays are super fire. There's like some talk back going on, but I want to hear like some ad-libs, because at some point it's like I already heard the delay. So I don't even think you need to put ad-libs all the time, but maybe like one every, like 8 bars, something like that, just so I'm not only hearing delays anymore, I can hear something else a little bit. Other than that, I mean, that's just me being nitpicky.
I don't know, too many killers to killers. They go killing it. Coming back, run it up, give me that. Better run, I'm a beast from the jump, like foot.
We're live on TikTok right now, link in bio.
Big games, coming for you, if they want you, they gon' hunt you.
Yeah, that little space is just where you can kind of, and don't even need to be feeling crazy.
Fuck up, commas with the bros. Nothing really changed, you know how to start, cause yeah.
Was it lagging?
Look around,
That
killers,
I need to figure out. This is still my test run.
Yo, wow, on the run, I see killers, they gon' want you down for fun, no watch out. Wild child.
Or was it just lagging from TikTok?
I see killers, they gon' want you down for fun, no watch out. Wild child. Wild child, I see killers.
Probably from my side, so I have to run through OBS. It's this whole damn process. My bad though, I'm still trying to figure all this out. Yeah.
I see the jakes, I see the fear in your eyes, I see the hate, I see the
on
blood.
TikTok, we are live on Twitch right now, link in bio.
Blood, red vision, blood in your eyes.
Yeah, that shit was happening in Young.
I see a beast, not a boy. That's a boy, not a man. But they won't believe it, and they won't see good in what they don't understand. They got players, watch, heads, they gon' blow where you stand. Yeah, all they see is trouble looking at you like the fucking devil, jumping, rushing, pushing, scratching, rushing at you like a stampede.
I'm figuring it out, dog. We're gonna get crispy too.
Okay, what now? All I know is wild, all I know is out of fuck up, commas with the bros. Nothing really changed, you know how to start, cause yeah. Yo, wow, look around, I see killers, I see they gon' want you down, no watch out.
So this is the same thing. This is 2019 record, so it's really more of just like if you're wanting to promote it or not. I think it's solid that you have a solid record in your catalog, though. So all it takes is one record to go off, right? And then you got something like this in the chamber for people to go with. Off the bat, I know this is not who you are. Did you distribute your record through like DistroKid or something like that? Yeah, it is DistroKid because it's DK. This right here, you can change. You can put it, all it is just your copyright and your publishing, and I also strongly suggest that you do it. So for your copyright, just something as simple as, here, let's see. Like, here, we do this one. We're going to pull up my account just for the giggles. So just something simple like this. When you go down to the bottom, copyright, I own it, right? Publishing line, it is Max91 and it's Bitter Here Music. This is what I choose to put everything out under. So when you are putting your music out, this is one of those little details that I feel like are super important because it goes along with your branding, your communication, right? When you have these little things, because I'm listening on my desktop. On the phone, not too much, but just little details like this. If I looked at it and seen it, and it was just like Sylismusic, and then you know jungle music by Size, whatever, right? Those little details make the viewer kind of feel like, oh man, this guy really is, because the record is solid, the mixing quality is solid. So when those things are shown now like that, then it kind of has like this whole feeling like, damn, does this person kind of have a record? It looks like stuff's put together, right? So perception is reality for a lot of stuff, which is also why I say, like, just don't pull out your camera, record a video, and then post it on TikTok and stuff like that. Maybe just put it on 4K, go out on a nice sunny day, take it, because it's just cleaner quality to kind of just put together your content and stuff like that. Hey, I appreciate that. Yeah, we got the Royal Blues out right now. Reviewing music on Twitch. Don't have it on TikTok just yet. Yeah, I know that there's a way where I could stream them both at the same time. There's like a deck board I could get to like do all that and control it. I'm figuring it out. I'm telling you, we're going to have it locked down and crispy. So when it comes to just kind of like the whole imagery, right? Like branding, to me, it's the message you're conveying to your followers and stuff like that. I would say just for that alone, just keep the consistency. Maybe I could be wrong. If you have any new music out, maybe on something new, it shows it. Let's see. No, same thing. So, but like I guarantee if I play this, your quality's probably spot on too, because you made this later on. Yeah, quality, same on point. See, so you got a catalog that is pretty solid for a fan. And I think a lot of times all it takes is just for you to have the right content to go out, and then all of a sudden now you have a fan base. Point proven, on TikTok, all I did was just start putting out videos, talking to a camera. I have a Blackmagic camera that's just been sitting at my house. We have amazing conversations. K-Wain could attest to this. We have amazing conversations at the studio. Everyone's always like, dog, you and me and my buddies, we should start a podcast. And I figured during the pandemic, at like the peak of it, I had nothing else to do. So I was like, shit, let me just start talking to my camera. Did it, and boom. Now people follow me. You guys are following me solely because you saw my videos on TikTok. And for me, it worked. Branding wise, my whole messaging that I do as a creative, I just try and help people. I like helping people. I'm super adamant about like artists being able to succeed off of what they do and what they love and stuff like that. If people have questions for me, I don't charge them for shit. Somebody just hit me up on TikTok and asked me how much it would cost to jump on a Zoom to listen to a mix of theirs. I'm not going to charge them shit for it. And it's going to just be my time and what I do for them. If they want me to mix it, I'm going to charge them. But I'm not going to charge them. Why? Because if I can help elevate somebody, I'm going to help elevate somebody. There's a lot of fucking people on this platform that try and get you to buy an ebook and all that whack-ass shit. And for what? I feel like people that try and charge you for information are lame. Those are people that don't know how to make money. So they found a way to make some money, and they're trying to hold it. So it's just little things like that, side rant, but little things like that. Just that branding, that consistency, getting some videos on the platform that are just along the lines of what you're doing. And then you have a well of good content, music for people to come back to, and you've now made a fan base. What you don't want is a video to take off for you, and then people go and look at your TikTok and realize that it's all over the place, there's no quality, and now you just lost a fan because they liked a video. They don't necessarily like you. Same thing with your music. If they like a song, but the rest of the music's not good, and the quality's not there, blah, 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 it's easy to get past a song that I don't like if the quality is really good than it is for me to get past a song that I might like and the quality is bad. So the quality's good, the content's consistent. I promise you, stay consistent on the platform and you'll have fans in no time. I can't stress that shit enough. Yeah, the gatekeepers, lame as hell. It's funny to see them duet some of my videos and have them disagree with me. Meanwhile, I'm like, your bitch ass is currently selling an ebook. You duetting me, telling me you disagree with me. You're selling an ebook, you fool. I don't get it. But that is it. That's my rant for the day. We are going to be going live on Twitch every Monday evening, and I will be taking like 5 or so records from people. I got like over 300. I got like 350 plus submissions of people that sent me music to review it. So the plan is every Monday I am putting out a review video of the record. I'm taking a condensed version. I'm putting out the full version on YouTube. I'm taking a condensed version, putting it on TikTok. And then from there that evening, I'll be taking 5 other records, reviewing them, doing the same exact thing live on Twitch, where you could ask questions, submit stuff. I'll probably pull up some of those too, and so on and so forth. But that is the plan. If you're here on Twitch and you want to subscribe, I appreciate that a lot. Just something else to keep in mind. My latest video on publishing, I'm talking publishing. I am planning, I already have, if you've been on the page for a while, I've already done some, like I already did a partnership with Songtrust to be able to get the people that follow me 25% off on signing up for the Songtrust account. I'm going to get in contact with them tomorrow with my connection I have with them. And I'm going to hit up the A&R I work with, get another deal going so we can finish off the rest of the year getting everyone 25% off on their account. If you do not have a publishing administrator or your publishing is not, if you have BMI and think your publishing is set up, I promise you your publishing is not set up. So if I'm able to help you to be able to get that cost cheaper, that's definitely what the plan is. But I want to get that cost cheaper for you. And there's no incentive for me. I'm not making money off of it. None of that. It's just, it's a connection I have. I'm going to utilize it, and I'm going to get the fee cheaper for you guys. It's only $100. Last time they gave me a 25% off discount, so it'll be $75. Probably be the same thing I'll do again. One-time fee, you do that, they'll collect money from all 3 PROs for you and for overseas. If you are just collecting distribution money, you're making no money. I'm sure you are completely aware of that. But if you are also collecting publishing and you are also collecting your publishing for performing live, then you know that you are getting quarterly and every other monthly checks. I appreciate that, Lixer. I am explicit. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'll send you my email, and then from there you can just shoot me the record. I'll put you on the list for the reviews. But all right, I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys tuning in. That was a solid ass. It was like an hour 15. That was a solid ass hour we just did talking music. I hope whatever we talked about today, resonated. I don't expect you guys to take all my advice. Again, it's just my preference. But if you could take some of it, build on it, I'd love to hear it. Send me anything and everything you guys are working on. I'd love to hear it. If you've sent me records already, just know I'm running through the list that I have that is constantly growing, as you can tell, because people are still sending me stuff. But I'm going to get to some of these reviews and just start tackling them, finish the year out strong. So excited for all this, man. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Have a good rest of your night. If you're into the 4th of July, happy 4th. If you're not, me either, man. But enjoy your day. Now I got to go deal with all these fireworks.